war,
education,
finance,
science.
religion. There are many issues, questions, and problems that the world's smartest scholars ponder every single day. But where do you go if you have first world problems?
You're watching First World Answers. Today's question is a pretty important one. What is the Mount Rushmore of Saturday Night Live? Who are the four figureheads that would be carved on a mountain dedicated to Saturday Night Live, the greatest sketch comedy show of all time?
Four heads go on one, right?
Four heads. The Lincoln, the
Now,
Washington,
here's a question.
the other two.
Are we judging based on how big they were strictly on Saturday Night Live,
I think so.
or how big they became?
Saturday Night Live, because how big they came becomes the Eddie Murphy show.
Okay.
I would go with Lorne Michaels.
Right,
He
Lorne
would-
Michaels has to be one.
He has to be on there. You need one of the fat guys, one of the lovable ones, Farley or Belushi. People always want to go with Belushi. If you're going to have to go with somebody from the old cast too, you have to have someone from the original Not Ready for Primetime players. So I would go with Lorne Michaels, Belushi, Will Ferrell. Then you have one more spot. Will Ferrell's is the given. That's just a given. I'm not even going to second guess it. Eddie Murphy?
That's okay. Here's what I'm thinking. I agree that Lorne Michaels automatically goes on there. Then that leaves three spots.
Yes.
So then I feel like three spots you should choose from three different eras.
That's what I was going for. Trying.
Now, I do realize that by all technicalities, according to your Mount Rushmore, Jim Belushi and Eddie Murphy are in two different eras.
Jim Belushi.
I mean, John Belushi, whatever. One's dead and one's dead. So, okay. So you... I feel like you... It's hard to do because I think it would be easy to do it from just the first few seasons. If it was just the first few seasons.
Oh, yeah.
And say the show for some reason stopped
First
after
five
that.
seasons, easy.
And then, yeah, like, that would be easy. I feel like if you do from the most recent era would be Will Ferrell. Will Ferrell would be the most recent person
Fair.
on there.
Yes.
Then I feel like, yeah, you're going to have to get somebody from the old days. Let's get back to that in a minute. I feel like you got to get somebody from the middle. From the Sandler,
Farley,
Spade, Rock days. And I feel like...
Phil Hartman.
Well, if you want to do, I mean, true thespians, then you do...
Who's best?
You have the oddest Saturday Night Live Rushmore with Lorne Michaels, Phil Hartman, Fred Armisen, and Daryl Hamish. Like, because they're the true character, the true straight-laced, I don't know. But I got Will Ferrell, and it's just Lorne, yeah.
Two given. Then you have two spots left.
In that middle one, you could pick between Adam Sandler and Farley.
But who was better on the show? Obviously Farley. Sandler didn't have much on the show. He had like the weekend update stuff and a couple songs.
But
he had the same.
Sandler got
Farley
is Sandler because of Saturday Night Live.
But Farley had brought so much
Farley
to the table.
Never.
Best sketches of all time, Chris Farley.
Which sketch is that?
Matt Foley.
The Matt Foley.
Down by the river.
Is that the best sketch of all time?
I'm just generalizing a couple. That one, the one with Patrick Swayze, where they're doing the Chippendales dancing.
Yeah.
The Bears stuff, the Chris Farley show stuff.
Or here's one. Who, like, is there a difference between who were like the hugest things on Saturday Night Live and who like emitted that Saturday Night Live? Like when you think of them, you immediately think of Saturday Night Live.
It should be both.
Okay, so Farrell, Lord, Farley, Belushi.
That's it
I just traded
seems
your Eddie Murphy for which I feel like Eddie Murphy became more Eddie Murphy
yeah.
after Saturday Night Live. If we're going for who
Belushi.
bleeds Saturday Night Live, like who just was Saturday Night Live, you got Piscopo, Gilda Radner,
Finesse Mitchell.
Finesse Mitchell, Tim Meadows.
He's like legitimately good. Like
So, are we agreeing then? If you lowered Belushi, and so we don't, you don't put Murray,
Murray wasn't there long enough. He was only there like 3 or 4
you don't put
years.
Chase,
Chase was there 1 year. That's it.
you don't put a Dennis, you don't put a Dana Carvey. And Dana Carvey was
Dana Carvey's in that
a
same level as
staple
Phil
of
Hartman. You know, Phil
yeah.
Hartman, Dana Carvey, Bill Hader. I mean, we're not talking about workhorses here. The workhorse is a whole different discussion.
Right, right.
But this is just the Mount Rushmore. So I think, yeah, Lauren, Farley.
Or also, do you put on if we're talking about funniest sketches and we're talking about stuff like that? Do you do are hosts included?
No,
Okay.
because then we'd have to get into Steve Martin, Justin Timberlake,
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
and
Alec Baldwin,
Baldwin.
yeah, and the chick who played Murphy Brown,
Candace Bergen,
yeah, uh,
Tom Hanks.
Ashley Simpson.
Musical performances will be another day.
The
So, the Rushmore.
Rushmore is Lord, Will Ferrell, Chris Farley, Jim Belushi,
Jim Belushi.
John Belushi, whatever. I'm paying, I'm giving one of them a compliment, and the one that I can't is I'm taking away the compliment from is dead. So it's, I mean, I'm doing a service somewhere. A Belushi, Farrell, Farley, Michaels, Shawn Michaels.
Mike Farrell from MASH.
Colin Farrell. What's Chris Farley's brother's name? Because that's the only other Farley. Joseph Farley.
Joseph Farley.
Joseph comedian, local comedian Joseph Farley, and Jim Belushi, and Colin Farrell or Mike Farrell.
Colin Quinn.
My least favorite.
Jay Moore.
Still,
Jay Moore.
this is terrible.
Alright, so yeah, Lauren Michaels, Will Ferrell,
John Belushi,
John Belushi.
and Chris Farley.
Chris Farley.
Got it. Jim Belushi. Damn it.